Let's talk about that. And I'll read it out loud for those folks that are driving. For any of those folks that might be driving.
What?
This was a post. Somebody said, right, making a girl believe that you like her just so you can have sex with her should be classified as sexual assault.
What?
But no one is ready to have that conversation yet.
And that is
that
like
conversation should never be had.
Game. It's every little boy's first piece of game is that right there.
Come on,
Hold
bro.
on, you gotta read that one more time, Chef. I don't think I took that in right. I might be reading that shit wrong.
When we was in high school or middle school, you was I love you, baby girl, I love you. And as soon as you get what you want, you looking at the next thing. And we all did that in the beginning. If grown men are still doing that, that's a problem.
What is she trying to say? Where is the offense? Making a girl believe.
Because
You make
she talking
anyone
about
believe?
manipulation.
So manipulation is the offense. Okay, so manipulating a girl into believing that you like her just so you can have sex with her should be classified as assault. Why is it assault?
Yeah, that's too far.
Okay. Now, and I'm glad you said that. You said it's too far.
Yeah.
So I'm always gonna come back to certain facts and certain aspects of evidence. What if I told you that it's not that far? Here, I'm gonna throw something. There's an actual term that exists. When they talk about, and we're gonna have to use the terms grape or grope, grape with a G, please. I'm trying to make a little change eventually, right? So they have statutory grape. There's different kinds, and here's one that comes up right now. Boom. Put that up there for you. Can you see it? Not yet. Read that. Sexual coercion. Sexual coercion is unwanted sexual activity that happens when you are pressured, tricked, threatened, or forced in a non-physical way. Coercion can make you think you owe sex to someone. Now, let's talk about that again.
Oh, the slippery slope.
So coercion being manipulation in this case is a forceful act of something like that. Is that what we're saying?
No.
Because
I'm literally what I put. One was what you see in the white. That was somebody's post. What I just gave you was the actual definition of sexual coercion. It does not involve physicality. It doesn't. Sexual coercion is unwanted sexual activity that happens when you are pressured, tricked, threatened, or forced in a non-physical way.
What is sexual coercion?
Sexual coercion, also called sexual intimidation, is a form of manipulating someone to do something sexual with you.
This type of coercion happens when someone pressures you into a sexual act. It is a form of sexual assault.
Sexual coercion can be really confusing because someone on the receiving end of it might think, well, I said yes in the end, so was my assault valid?
Some examples of sexual coercion are badgering. This can be someone asking over and over until you agree.
I went ahead and got it over with so the person would stop bothering me.
Guilt tripping. This can be someone saying you owe them. If you're in a relationship, they may say it is your responsibility as their partner. This could also be acting cold or ignoring you until you say yes.
What you mean? You really not gonna let me hit? You for real? Alright? No, I wanna watch a movie. Fuck is a movie? Don't touch me.
If they are using your relationship status as leverage, including by demanding sex in a way to prove your love, or by threatening to cheat or leave, you are with an abusive partner. If they are implying that you owe them something sexually in exchange for previous actions, gifts, or consent. They're abusive if they are reacting with sadness, anger, or resentment if you say no or don't immediately agree to do something.
Of guilt tripping emotional threats,
or trying to normalize their sexual demands by saying that they need it.
I would also put anything said relating to the term blue balls in this category.
I'm gonna get blue balls if we don't do such and such.
Threatening. We tend to view threats as strictly physical, but they don't have to be.
Emotional threats, comments, insults, criticism.
Yeah, replace assault with that word, and that's what happened. Now the question is sexual coercion a charge?
So now,
Yeah. So the
it is.
example
It is. Let me give you. I just want to address this part. Remember, the person that put that in there, I'm not aware of their literary skill set, right? So It could not be classified as sexual assault. It could be adjudicated with the same penalties as sexual assault, but just technically the name of the charge itself is different. But sexual coercion it's a real thing. That's one of the reasons why you can also, sexual coercion normally happens with teacher-student scenarios, boss-employee scenarios. It's sexual harassment when it's just harassment, but it becomes sexual coercion once somebody crosses the line and they actually do something. So these things, it exists. It's real, right? So now, what were you saying? What were you saying, Vic?
I was saying that about the coercion being the offense and not assault. You understand? So it's like manslaughter versus whatever. So if you're saying the coercion is that, because she's saying it should be classified as assault, meaning that once it's classified as that, then someone will be able to do something about it because she has a issue with it that she'd like someone else to step in on. So if coercion is something that the law can step in on, I want to know about it so I can stop doing that.
So listen, hold on. So let me clarify, just to make sure. Sexual coercion it's used. A lot of the charges where people will go and try to push grape charges, they will utilize it. They will end up being dropped down to sexual coercion, and those end up becoming civil liability lawsuits where someone will sue that party or sue the organization or institution that person works for. They'll sue the college, what have you. It's not technically a crime, but it's considered an offense. It's considered an offense because
so you can be sued, but in civil, but not criminal court.
Yeah, because in criminal court, there's one of them is preponderance of the evidence, and then the other is they have a different criteria. So the criteria for civil court is actually wider. You can get a lot more in there in terms of the lawsuit than criminal. So forget about, well, you see what she said right there. Let's just talk about the idea, though. I want to see how y'all feel about sexual coercion. Let's talk about it.
Like self-esteem.
That's the big question right there.
Hmm?
It pretty much looks like, anything you say that the woman feels that you was saying to her to get her to go to sleep with you, then it's pretty much sexual coercion, right? I mean, if you went to a nightclub or or a bar or something, that's all that's going on is sexual coercion, right?
Hey,
simple, lame little.
Does it have to be a man to a woman? Why can't it be the other way around?
No, I do it too when I wear them extra special pants and leave the crotch with chunky. That's coercion.
But Mr. O, what you just said is why I said it's a slippery slope. Because what's the difference between having game and coercing somebody?
If I'm tricking her out of her cookie by saying like, look, I got a mansion, and you about to be my wife, and I'm gonna love you forever, and I'm gonna take it. And then I get some, and then I block her. Like, that's just some lame game I ran, and she got tricked out of her thing, you know. But if I'm your lawyer and you can't pay for your lawyer fees, and you want to beat the case, and you give me some, and then that's coercion. Like, those are two different situations. She's against the wall. She don't got no
That's
money.
illegal. Now, that one, that's illegal.
And the
What you
lawyer
just
says,
represented,
"Give me some, I beat your case."
that's illegal. That's different, though.
That's illegal.
Yeah, what you just mentioned, that's actually a crime. Your lawyer, your
Jail
doctor,
for that.
your tenants,
But I'm
your
not going to
therapist.
jail for promising the girl that I was going to, like, marry her and then don't do it. Like,
okay, I got a question. I got a question for the flowers in the chat. Do you admit that there is a term called free drink dress? Have you ever heard of a free drink dress?
Are you gonna call them out like this? Huh?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you want to open that door, just know it swing both ways.
Yeah, I'm not trying to let women off with no accountability on this, because if you fall for something like that, that just means you don't know what to pick for some lame game. If you don't, they got to do better and see weeding through the type of dudes that try to play with their minds like that, like the baby, like he was playing with her mind. That's not coercion. That's just manipulating her for sex. But coercion, that's a crime.
See, that's what it says. The door gonna swing. That door swing. If you want to swing, let's swing it.
But it gotta be where she felt like she didn't have a choice, or her life was in danger, or she felt she had no other way. That's coercion. Like, you either do this or you out of there. Like,
it's a flower. It's a flower asking you to elaborate on free drink dress, Vic.
Oh, yeah, don't act like y'all don't know.
Well,
y'all know what that free drink dress. The free drink dress is the dress that they know they hang up in the back of the closet.
She ain't got no money.
On that night, when she want to go with the girls, and she has no plans on opening her wallet for nothing.
Yeah, she
put that dress on, they gonna break it off. And if y'all act like y'all don't know, that means you the main one.
Yeah, and that's why the double standard come up, because you can't let them off the hook. They know what they're doing too.
Experts.
They better at it than the guys.